Hey guys, I'm Kronos, friendly neighborhood developer here, coming at you with a really cool video on how to fly helicopters. Um, don't do that. That was, oops. Don't be Kronos. Okay, so this is how you spawn it. You know, if you're just starting out, probably hit the little bird up. I'm just gonna go over some basic maneuvers, and maybe you guys will learn something. Maybe you won't. I don't know. Just to go over the UI here, we have indicated airspeed, how fast you're going, how high in the sky you are, that's altitude, heading is HDG, which way you're facing. You can use that for callouts or whatever. Power is your collective, or how much juice you're giving those lovely rotors. RPMs is revolutions per minute, how fast the blades are rotating, and VSI is vertical speed indicator, or how fast you're moving, up or down. These are your health indicators. If this one turns red, you're probably going to die. If this one turns red, you're probably going to be spinning a lot. And if this one turns red, you're probably going to be smoking or blown up. And if this one turns red, same thing, I think. This is red, that means engine's off. And if it's green, it's, the engine's on. Auto hover, this one's my favorite. If you're brand new to the system, you're probably going to be using that one a lot. That's the name of the aircraft. Oh, how am I doing this with my mouse? How is it free? How's it moving around the screen? It's usually just fixed in a stuck spot. How are you doing that, Kronos? Glad you asked. All you gotta do is hold left alt, and if you hold it down, and it'll free it up. There's a little button right here. Actually, let me just make it day. That'll free it up, and you can see controls. You see that blinking in the bottom left there. If you're not blind, you probably can. Yep. So there are all the controls with all the buttons and the stuff that you should probably look at to go first person, or turn the lights on or off, or turn the engine on. I don't know. You can turn the engine on by hitting Y, or you can just hit the collective up button, which is W. And if I hold down W, then it makes collective go up, and power starts going through the rotors, and it's pushing air down, and helicopter goes up. Wow, super cool. Basic flight maneuvers, how to fly helicopter. Step 1, cyclic. So this is like moving mouse back, helicopter goes backwards, move mouse forward, helicopter goes forwards, move mouse left, I bank left, or cyclic left, or whatever, I don't know. And then move mouse right, helicopter banks to the right. As it happens, there's also E and Q. Yeah, that works. I haven't tested that in a long time. Yeah, that allows you to bank too. And then, very important, ladies and gentlemen, please, welcome to the stage. Letters A and D, that is our yaw. That controls how fast the anti-torque, that little tiny rotor in the back there, how fast it's spinning. And that allows us to move, left and right like this with our little pedals. Pedals by our feet. So yeah, that's cyclic and yaw. And power up and power down with collective. All of those things are there for you. What else do I have to go over? I don't know. I don't know. When you're flying, this is like, it's got a big skill curve, and you guys kind of just need to figure it out on your own. Most people will fly it for 5 minutes, rage quit, and be like, I'm never touching that piece of shit again. It's on you, whatever. I get it. But once you learn how to fly it, it's very rewarding. And I suck. Oh my god. Okay, there we go. Once you get used to flying it, it's very rewarding. Knowing or being able to do exactly what you want to do with the pilot maneuvers is pretty gratifying. So yeah, like what I'm doing right now, it just takes practice. What I usually tell people to do when they're first starting out is to just pay attention to power. Power or collective is very important. And you don't need to be like looking at it constantly, just like watching the number while you're like controlling the aircraft in your peripheral vision. It's just something you kind of feel out, And a good way to kind of practice that is to go in this I'm sure someone has a name for this course. I don't know. the up and down, uppy and downity course. I don't know. And this will allow you to kind of control your speed, as well as don't die. Whew. Your speed and how much collective you're applying for. If you rewind that and look at what my collective was doing, it was probably going up and down a lot. That's because your collective really matters when you're going up and down, obviously. But not only that, if I pitch my nose down, I'm going to start going down. If I pitch my nose up, I'm going to start going up really fast. So definitely pay attention to collective, or not pay attention to it, but feel it out and make sure you know what it does and how to utilize it properly. Second thing is you need to learn how to get used to the cyclic maneuvers of the helicopter, and how much force to apply and when to apply it. A lot of people, they first get in the helicopter and they go right up, and they're I don't know how to analogize this. People, you see a friend or something, or maybe you get on a dirt bike for the first time and you just lay on the throttle and you're like, wow, this is fun, but then you want to stop, and you get scared and you just go on the throttle even harder, instead of just hitting the brake, or you hit both of them at the same time like an idiot. So people will usually do that, and they'll like go one direction and then they'll just like, I don't know what to do anymore, and then they'll face plant to the ground. You just need to learn how to not freeze up like that. You need to use your head a little bit and just develop the muscle memory that you need in order to maneuver the helicopter in a good way. So what I usually have people do is I go from one of these white nodes to the next, and then just kind of sit at it or hover at it for a little bit, and then go on to the next one. You're just building up speed. Yep, and then hover there and go find another one, and then just park her there, hunker down and go find another one, whatever. That's one way to get good at using cyclic with the helicopter and whatnot. The other biggest thing, okay, well, first of all, I'm gonna talk about two things here. The first is that people don't understand how delta speed and like a mouse, how like I have that set up, it doesn't get to their brains. So what they end up doing is they're like, your system sucks, like I turn my sensitivity up, but I'm still dragging my mouse, across my mouse pad like 300 times, and why is it not working? It's so slow, it sucks. It's like, I only use like maybe an inch or two of my mouse pad. If I move my mouse as slow or fast as the helicopter is rotating, you'll see that you only need a few centimeters or whatever, an inch of your mouse pad. You don't need to be moving your mouse very much at all. The second thing is people are always like, how the fuck do I turn? I'm so lost. Like how do I turn this aircraft? Honestly, it's just using yaw. It is using yaw, and it's learning how to bank, and it's learning how to pull back at the appropriate time. So if I'm going forward like this, people will usually just be like, okay, I'm going to bank right, and that I should be turning right now. I should be turning right. And eventually they will, because I have yaw correction in. But to make controlled turns, or control the helicopter, you need to be both banking to the right, holding down D for yaw, and that will allow you to kind of turn in this controlled manner. And then I need to be also pulling back on my mouse a little bit, because my helicopter will naturally just start kind of nosediving, so I need to be pulling back on my mouse, and then I can just start making tighter and tighter turns, and eventually my helicopter will completely nosedive, and I'm banking to the right now as well as turning right, which will allow me to make very, very tight turns. So if I go over here and then I want to like make a tight turn here, I'll do this. I might lower my collective a little bit so I lose speed, and then you can start making tight turns. And the more you practice this, the more muscle memory you get, the easier it becomes. It just takes practice, obviously. So yeah, I mean, there's a ton of little obstacles around here to help you guys out. It's just up to you to kind of get used to them and learn how the helicopter system works. Last thing is landing. Some people seem to have trouble with landing. You just need to lower your collective and cancel out your speed by moving the helicopter the opposing way that the aircraft is headed, and then you can just make a nice light landing like that. And I'm sure it's a lot harder when you're first learning to land, but the more you do it again, the better you'll get. Maybe that was a really confusing video for you. Maybe it didn't help at all. Maybe it did. I don't really care either way. Good luck with the system. Hope it's fun, and hope you learn how to fly it. But yeah, see ya. Adios.